So hey guys and welcome back to Leon&Co thing. And after our last video yesterday in which we did ladder drills to teach you guys how to become faster, you guys loved it so much that today I'm doing kind of a part 2 where instead of doing ladder drills, we'll just be giving you 3 exercises that will drastically help improve your speed. So yeah, I'll be showing you the exercises and then maybe even giving you variations of some of them. So the first one is lunges, and this one is quite self-explanatory, right? When you start running normally from a static position, you're always in this sort of one foot behind the other position. And then with lunges also there's the arm movement when you jump from side to side, which helps. So here is the exercise. Also give you a variation for this one. So you just switch up like this and you can go as fast, as high as you want. You can do very high lunges, very low lunges. So plenty of variation to do. The most important thing is stay on your toes is the first thing. You probably can't see if I do it this way, maybe you can see better, but when I'm lunging, yeah, I'm fully on my toes, nothing else. Of course, the front foot is kind of flat. You can maybe go on your toes, but the front foot isn't that important because when you're leaping, you're using the energy from the back foot anyway, so that's the first tip. And then the second tip, right, is use your arms as if you're actually running, right? If this knee is up, then opposite hand up as if you're actually running, and then when you switch, this hand goes down and the other hand goes up and the other knee comes up. So that's the first thing to say on that one. And then the variation, as I said, you can make it as hard or as easy as you want. If you want it to be harder, just do very high lunges. And if you want it easier, then you don't even have to jump, right? If you're just starting out, you can do lunge and then lunge like this. You don't need to do jumping between them. Of course, the harder it gets, the more you'll get out of the exercise. So that's the first one. Then the second one is squat jumps. This is, I always say, this is the biggest and most key exercise because it's all about leg power, right? And that's what you need to become fast. So here it is. So you squat down and then you jump, squat down, jump, squat down, jump, squat down, jump, and you just keep going till you can't basically, or you can do set reps or whatever. So again, a great exercise, and the reason it's so good is because it does your whole legs. You'll feel once you do a lot pain around this whole upper leg part. So apart from calves, it does everything speed related. And then yeah, for tips for this one, again, stay on your toes, as you can see on the other side, so you can see when I squat down here, I'm exaggerating it, but yeah, let me act as if, yeah, my toes still come up, and then when you jump up, of course, that's where that power comes from being on your toes and not being flat-footed. Of course, with the variation of this one, you can jump as high as you want, or you can do squat jumps, without jumping. So just normal squats, basically, if it's too hard, but I wouldn't recommend that because with normal squats, you don't actually go on your toes since you don't need to jump. Like, there's no need for that, whereas if you jump, like, it's more helpful to be on your toes to get that, like, I guess, motion. So yeah, those are the variations, right? Just jump as high as you can, do more reps, and if it's too hard, then just do normal squats. But again, I would recommend the normal sort of jump squat where you do jump, because that's where the speed element comes from. Otherwise, you're just reinforcing your legs. Whereas if you're jumping, you're really reinforcing that sort of push-off motion and that acceleration. So that's the second exercise. And then the last one is more dynamic. We do want to include some actual running in this. So for this one, it's quite simple. It's basically a sprint, but before doing a sprint, just going off like this. There's a very short sprint, by the way. Also, I'm in a small, well, it's not a small house, but in a small room, so I can't go fully, but you would, when doing this exercise, go for, I'd say maybe 20 meters if you have the space. Try and get a small acceleration going. So for me, I'll just show it for you. So it's not a normal sprint. You're going to squat down, jump back, and then instantly from that sprint. So again, this is kind of good for like sort of movement sports, I guess, like basketball and football, because when you're, of course, in sprinting, you're just sprinting from a static position. But in most sports, you're like changing direction, or you're like starting a sprint from a weird situation when maybe you came back to receive the ball, played it there, and then you instantly have to run after that. So this one is good for sort of those dynamic sports. And yeah, basically you squat down, jump back, and then instantly from this position you accelerate forward. So here it is in full speed. And then yeah, I have a very small room, so it's not too practical for me. When I actually do this, I do this at a park. But again, for you guys, yeah, either do it at a park, at a gym, or just find a suitable space with enough space. And yeah, variations on this one, there's so many variations, guys. Instead of going backwards, you can go to the side and then sprint away like this. And again, this is all about that directionality. In sports, you won't always be sprinting in a straight line. So many variations. You can go diagonally. You can also go forward, back on one leg and then sprint. So many variations to this one, and it's really good for you in terms of that acceleration and actually getting that running motion going. So those are the 3 exercises, guys. Thank you so much for that love recently on the channel. That's why I've made this video right after the next. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully they help.